What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for stopping by today. So the Tahoe is done. So I'm done with installing the DOD delete kit. It's already been tuned, it's already up and running. So right now it is kind of windy, but I'm gonna try to give you guys a good sound clip of what the truck sounds like. And after that, I do want to show you everything I did just to get it up and running and tuned. So let's go ahead and get started. So last night I couldn't sleep, just dreaming or waking up, just dreaming about torquing down bolts. It was a lot of bolts to go through, and then when I was time to edit the video, I didn't see where I actually torqued down the cam sprocket bolts. So it just made things just a little bit more, like second guessing myself. Although I did mention that I did torque it, I just didn't see it, and honestly I do not remember. So what I'm gonna do today, and I'm going to just disassemble the whole front assembly, which is just the intake manifold, remove the belt, remove the water pump and the harmonic balancer. Once I get to the timing cover, I'll just remove that one as well. And imagine going to the dyno and having that in the back of your mind, just did I torque down the sprocket bolts? So I just want to make sure. Dude, they are torqued down. Oh my god, they're about 350. They're about 350 inch-pounds. I'll check that torque right now. Okay. You know what? Peace of mind, bro. Peace of mind, they were torqued down. All right, test one. I don't know if that was. We'll just make oil. Let's crank one more time. Something sounds weird. Let it settle in, settle in. The oil pump was completely dry because I took it off completely. The lifters are new and they need to recharge in oil, but let it just warm up, everything circulate, and right now I'll give you guys an idle. Also on this side, this hose right here, the one on the right, that's the heater hose, and down here it connects into that little white plastic. So that piece had snapped off. But that one had snapped off, so I had to order it, and I just got it yesterday. That's what I installed. Right now it's just checking the oil levels, making sure there was water. Obviously I did drive it back home from the garage, but there's an exhaust leak on this side. I've heard it before the build, and now I think it's just a little bit louder, so I think it is the manifold, but I'm gonna let you guys hear it. It doesn't sound like anything up here or anything related with chains or cams or lifters. It just sounds like more into this side, and I have a few clips, not specifically of the exhaust sound, but more of the, what's it called, the exhaust smoking before the DOD. Like, where are the keys? Right here. So this is gonna be a cold start. I haven't turned it on this morning, so here we go. Alright, so there's that thing I call an exhaust leak, and it's louder now, so I know for sure it has to be an exhaust leak. But let me let you guys just hear this. Alright, so this still doesn't have a tune. Obviously it does idle okay. Once you put it in drive and start driving it, they're still missing power. So I'm gonna get this exhaust leak, or the header gaskets. I'm gonna go buy some and install them just to either confirm that it's not an exhaust leak, and if it turns out that it's something lower, I mean, we'll figure it out. But for now, this is the, like right here, the engine just sounds like really quiet, just except for that part. But all right, so I already swapped out the manifold gasket. So this is the multi-layered that it had, and I just put some of those Velcros. This is some other material, and this is the one it had. So this is the multi-layered steel gasket. I think it has like 3 gaskets in here. This one was already separated, and there's a few burnt marks right there. So I'm really hoping this was the issue. This other side, on the passenger side, didn't make any noises, so this is barely going to be the first start. I already swapped out. I took off the spark plugs just in case the manifold just wanted to hang down a little bit. It didn't break my spark plugs, but I took off the spark plugs and wires, and then I took off all the bolts, replaced the gasket, which is right there. You can see it behind the manifold. So let's go ahead and crank it, and I hope this really took care of the exhaust leak. I hope that was it, and here we go. No, there's still, it's either another gasket lower. I don't think it was that one. I don't think it was that one. Alright guys, so that gasket was not the problem. And I'm still certain it's an exhaust leak. I don't want to say it sounds like metal, like a rod knock or anything like that, because it's not. It sounds like just a leak of air. So right now the tuner already called also. Yesterday I had called Lucky Speed Center here in Mission, Texas. It's only about 45-50 miles away. But I had called him, I had told him if he could come pick up the Tahoe, because right now it feels like it's driving on 4 cylinders. What's up with these gnats? So it feels like it's running on 4 cylinders, and I'm not about to drive 50 miles on 4 cylinders. So I told him if he could come pick it up, and right now he's already on his way. Once he gets here, I'll let him know about that leak. See if we can get, you know, like the truck tuned just safely. And once it gets back, we'll figure it out. There she goes. Alright guys, so we are back from Lucky's, and the Tahoe was just driving great the whole way. I mean, it's actually the first time I felt the V8 since I bought it 2 months ago. I bought it with the collapsed lifter, so it was just riding on 7 cylinders, and after I did the DOD delete kit, it was just riding on 4 until today that I just got it tuned. So now we're all driving on 8 cylinders. So I was about to say 4, but we're all driving on 8 cylinders. He did also tell me that I do have an exhaust leak, but it's just further down. So I had replaced the header gasket on top, but it's the next one down, the exhaust flange. I looked under there and I took a real quick video, and it is missing one of the nuts, but it still has 2, so good for him. So on the way back down here, I stopped by AutoZone and I bought an exhaust ring, because if you like it, you should put a ring on it. So I stopped by, they didn't have the exhaust flange, it's like a gasket. So they only had this one. I'll order the other one and replace it. For now, the exhaust is like really hot, so I'm not gonna do it right now. But I mean, I'll give you a few videos, or yeah, I'll give you guys a few videos of just the cam now that it's just like tuned and everything. But let's just let it cool down and we'll see what we can do about the exhaust. Alright, so the gasket that I brought is an O-ring, and this one appears to be like a full gasket flange. So in the meantime, I just put an extra nut right here. You can see some of that exhaust leak right here on the firewall, as it was leaking right there. So in the meantime, I just put an extra nut just so it could seal a little bit better. I'm gonna order the exhaust flange gasket and I'll just install it once it gets here. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll replace this gasket in my own time and I'll still update you guys. So that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on my next video. Peace out.